Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Today I've got Hop STOMPER IPA by Stomping Brewing Co. They're out of Melbourne. They started off in the Collingwood area. They've got a really nice brew pub, but now they've sort of branched out. They've got like multiple venues now. Yeah, this is like an American IPA style, like a Westie. Percentage is 6, and it's one of their core range beers as well, which is pretty cool. I remember talking to some of the staff about it ages ago, and they said still to this day it's like their go-to beer, like all the brewers and that. This is always the beer that they drink. Generally, you'll get that a lot of breweries. You'll get like the favourite beer of the brewery, like it tends to be like a easy drinking lager or like a West Coast instead of like the haze stuff. Proper glassware. I love their logo. Just the 3 little feet. Pretty cool. So yeah, beers like this, when they're winners and they're readily available, it's always good. It's like one of those beers you can keep going back to. And yeah, most of their core range cans have got that. They've got that same like logo on them, but just with the different colour stripes. Sort of like I find when you go into a bottle shop, these are the sort of cans like they stand out. You'll see this amongst a heap of other stuff, and yeah, it really catches your eye. So yeah, the carbonation's going nuts. But yeah, it's probably like a 2-finger head originally. Definitely looks darker in the camera. It's like a straw colour, fairly light. I'd say like a medium body. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So we'll go with. Definitely getting pine. It's piney and a little bit grassy. Getting like a grapefruit. Maybe a touch of orange. It's definitely piney and citrusy. And yeah, just on like the malt backbone, you'd say a little bit bready. Like a light bread biscuit. Smells good. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a spritzy one. And fairly dry too, I reckon. Definitely going to be dry, more so than sweet. I'm going in. Cheers. Yeah, you're getting pine, earth. It's got a good, like, lingering bitterness. It's not too in your face, but it, like, carries on. Yeah, like a pithy grapefruit. There's like a touch of sweetness there, but it'd be like a sweetness from like an orange, a lemon, a mandarin, something like that. But yeah, it's definitely you're getting like bitterness from like it's like a piney sort of resinous bitterness. Like you'd nearly even say it's a little bit dank. Just on the palate, you'd probably say light to medium body, I reckon. It's definitely a crusher though. today, for example, we're up around the high 30s. I think it's like 38 at the moment. And it's only like middle of the day, 38 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty hot. So yeah, this is hitting the spot. Yeah, I love with these guys too. They're very community based. They have a lot of events and they do like really good food and always mixing up their tap menu as well. And yeah, like they're family friendly and even like dog friendly as well. I mean, sometimes they can be a bad thing, but it definitely has good vibes when you go there anyway. And they've even got a bar at the airport now, which is pretty cool. So yeah, they're killing it. But yeah, they've got one on the other side of Melbourne to where I'm from. And yeah, it's like I think it's in possibly like an old garage. And they've done a really good job. What their main brew pub's in an industrial area, and it's a huge sort of indoor venue, but it's got a lot of sunlight and like plants and stuff. So you sort of get that vibe like you're in a beer garden, even though you're inside. And yeah, the food and like just the atmosphere there is pretty cool. So yeah, I'd love to visit their other one. But yeah, the airport venue is cool because it's on the actual like the what do you call them? Like the terminal. Where you go through the actual checkpoints and then they're there while you're waiting, like right at your plane sort of thing. So it's in a really good spot. They've obviously got some really good contacts or a fair bit of cash to yeah, get that sort of venture going. But yeah, really good like American IPA that's like readily available. You'll find a lot of those core range Westy style beers out there. They sort of most of them are more miss than hit, but yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, their pale ale's called Gip Street, which is the name of where where the original brew pub is. And yeah, that looks the same as this, but it's got all like different shades of green. Looks real cool. So yeah, these are all in small cans, 355s, whereas a lot of craft breweries do the bigger, like the 500s. But yeah, good thing with these, like even in like some supermarket bottle shops and that, you can find these now, and they're like reasonably priced. They've always been good price points, Stomping Ground. Like even with their limited releases and stuff, they're yeah pretty good value. And yeah, like it's such a cool name and logo. I remember I seen a bright green T-shirt with that logo just on the back, really big, and I was like, oh man, I want that shirt, but they only had it in like real small sizes. I've actually got a beanie somewhere here. Yeah, that there. That's pretty sick. So it's got the little feet down the bottom, and then so yeah, that's sort of what the pale ale's like. That the different shades of green, like you can see there with they're based it on the pale, so that's cool. Cheers, Luke John. Good to see you, brother. Stompy, stomp, stomp. Yeah. One thing, yeah, like if any guys sort of from the States or UK come over to like Melbourne, this will probably be the first craft beer you'll try being at the airport. I probably would have wore it if it wasn't fucking nearly 40 degrees. It's stinking hot here, dude. It's ridiculous. Cheers, Angie. So yeah, just tucking into a fine core range American IPA. One that you can get in like even supermarkets and that, but it's still good quality. Yeah, definitely. One thing I love about it too is it doesn't matter what time of the day, it's like acceptable. It's like me with my shift work. Pardon me. How rude. I belched. Yeah, just that lingering bitterness. Really nice. Yeah, it's obviously, I feel like with this beer, if, you don't like bitterness and that sort of touch of pine and earth, like, it definitely wouldn't be the beer for you. Stomping Ground now offer like some hazy pales and that, so they'd be the better sort of gateway beer. But yeah, score wise for this one, probably go about a 4.2 out of 5, I reckon. It's very enjoyable. The good thing is I got a 4-pack. So yeah, boy. And I've found too with a lot of their beers, like they seem to, I don't know what it is. There's certain breweries that seem to hold the like the flavour and the quality for a bit longer. Stomping Ground, like this beer, for example, you could get one that's probably like 4 to 6 months old and it still drinks pretty well. Whereas some craft breweries, you get a beer that's like a month or two old, and yeah, it's just lost all its quality and just not the same beer as when it's fresh. So that's pretty cool with these guys. I feel like their brewing team's like sort of top notch. The only thing I've found with Stomping Ground is they don't can or bottle enough limited releases. Like they smash out the core range stuff and they brew a lot of stuff for pubs and they're like their own venues and that. But yeah, if like say if you're in the country like me, it's really hard to get their sort of like their exclusive stuff. Whereas most craft breweries, they'll bring out limited releases like every couple of weeks. But yeah, if you can get it, give it a whirl. Yeah, cool name too. Like it definitely fits the branding. So yeah, what did I say? 4.2 out of 5. Yeah, and they've got up the top there for all walks. So they're sort of like appealing to people of all genders, all sexualities, all colours, all that shit. Yeah, standard drinks. I don't know, like in England, do they have standard drinks on their cans and bottles? I know in America they don't have that. I've always found it's cool. Like it's sort of it come in around the time with the whole like you're driving your .05 with your driving, like just so you get an idea of if you have one beer, if you feel like you could have that and be safe to drive. Yeah, I just wonder if it's like a UK thing as well, or it's just Australia. Yeah, definitely. If it's a lot like a panel hangout, I'm always burping. Shocking. Yeah, I'm keen as for that beer. Like, I'd love to try just the standard and then that version. The third leg. I've never thought of it like that, but you make a good point. Hung like a horse, same length of the legs. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, that you've actually been mentioning that yourself because you're being cautious of what you drink. Yeah, I remember you saying units and that. Hmm. Anyway, another review in the books. So yeah, hop stomper. It's hard to say quickly. You say homp stomper, hop stomper. So yeah, 4.2 out of 5. Brilliant core range IPA, American style. Get around it, and we'll see you on the next one.